Hunters, we're back with a full guide video on how to beat Every Nightmare Dojo in under 1 minute. So first up, we have got Double Dragon, and the build I used for this dojo was the Buzzkill Vitamin's Life Jacket Sheldon, and the chickens, the unstable laser, the R&B mixtape, and all of the pet rings. And like I say, it is a bit of a different build, this one, but we'll dive into the dojo and see how I beat it. So inside the dojo, you want to go past one jumper, spawn your Sheldon right away, followed by your life jackets, and then chip away, and then after the first jumper's first jump, you want to then spawn your vitamins at that point, and then just hack and slash, and when he goes to jump in the air, just move out the way of the jumps, just like so in the replay, and then pop your gadgets when they cool down. And this one can be a bit RNG based depending on how many chickens you spawn, because obviously the more chickens you spawn, the more damage you're going to do, the more life jackets you've got to break, which in turn is more damage. And then we come out, take that first jump out of the equation, we move on to the next one. Again, spawn our Sheldon, followed by the life jackets. Just avoid the jumps. Just hack and slash away with the Buzzkill. Let the bees and the Sheldon and the chickens do the work for you and tank all the damage. And it's that simple, because you can aggro one jumper at a time inside this dojo. I thought that was an easy way. And I just like using the Buzzkill. That's why we come in with that build. And we take this final jumper down in 58.1 seconds. So let's move on to the next dojo. So next up, we've got Crowd Control. And this is my favourite one. Super fun dojo to do. I'm coming in with the portable portal, the rocket, snow globe, pepper spray, vampire teeth, explodomatic trigger, unstable lightning. Then we've got the explosive ring, echo ring, and time ring. And like I say, this is a super fun one, not too difficult either. So let's jump into the dojo and see how I beat it. So inside the dojo, you just want to run around these groups of enemies like you see in the replay. Once you sort of get to the middle, pop your snow globe. Then you can see the lightning doing work there. And this is where the echo ring and the explosive ring come into play. Super clutch, because all the enemies are clumped together, and you just want to walk back, pop your first pepper spray to slow all the enemies down, and then obviously we had the one coming in from the portable portal then, and then just time your gadgets, your pepper spray with your portable portal one, and just keep walking backwards. It's that easy. And when you're going to use your gadgets, just go a little bit closer to the group of enemies so you get more value off your gadgets. And then it's that simple, my friends. Keep walking back, time your pepper spray with your portable portal one and the one that you've got placed in your gadgets, just so that enemies don't rush you down and do damage to you. And then pop your rockets, keep walking back, and then look at all the explosions coming in from the explodomatic trigger. Super fun dojo. It's my favourite one, just because of all the explosions from the explodomatic trigger. And keep walking and keep popping your gadgets, keep firing your portal, and you'll eventually do it. Hope that the chances proc off the rings, so you get that additional damage, and we come in, take it down in 59.65 seconds. So next up, we've got Helping Hands, and this is by far the hardest dojo. A lot of RNG inside of this dojo. There's 4 RNG elements you need to come together to succeed inside of this dojo. And number 1, you need your spirits to split. If your spirits don't split, you need to restart this one. Number 2, you need to spawn lots of chickens off your Buzzkill. If you don't spawn the chickens, you're not going to get the damage output to do it in under 60 seconds, which again makes it super RNG, but that's just the way it is. Number 3, you need to spawn your Sheldon on the opposite side of the spirits after the juggler has teleported. If you don't manage to do this and you place your Sheldon beside the spirits, the juggler will target your Sheldon and inadvertently kill the plum spirits, and you need these plum spirits to stay alive until the end of the dojo and get it done in under 60 seconds. And number 4, when the juggler's doing his bomb attack where he's throwing the explosions in the air, you just need to pray to that RNG gods that the explosions are going to miss your bees, because you need your bees to stay alive for as long as possible to do as much damage to get it done in under that 60-second mark. A lot of RNG. It's the hardest one by far because of this, but the build we were using was the Buzzkill, the Vitamins, Life Jacket, Sheldon, Chickens, Laser, Auto Zapper, and then we had all pet rings. So let's dive into the dojo and see how I beat it. So we're here inside the dojo. You need to zap the juggler, run between the spirits and round the back of one, come behind the juggler and spawn your Sheldon. This is going to give you a great chance of keeping them plum spirits split like you can see in the replay. And again, hack and slash, pop your gadgets when they cool down, and then just hope that these juggler's explosions miss your bees and that you actually spawn the chickens. Because like I say, more chickens equals more damage, equals more life jackets, again, which is more damage, which is going to help you guys get it done in under 60 seconds. And then we're just hacking and slashing, doing the damage. He has targeted my plum spirit there, but not to worry. He teleports, pop my Sheldon behind him, opposite side of my plum spirits, and again, just hack and slash, using them gadgets as soon as they cool down, praying to the RNG gods that I'm spawning the chickens. Like you can see in the replay, I've got 4 chickens up, which is doing nice damage, which is going to help me get it done in under 60 seconds. There goes my life jackets. He teleports. Luckily, my Sheldon's on the opposite side of the plum spirits again, so when the juggler targets my Sheldon, my plum spirits stay fit and healthy, and we managed to come in and get it done in 59.15 seconds because the stars aligned for me and all them RNG aspects played in my favour inside that dojo run, and that's what you guys need. That's the only way to get it done in under 60 seconds, unfortunately. That's the way I done it. I wish you hunters good luck, so let's move on to the next dojo. So next one is taking it, and this one can be quite difficult as well, but if you follow the method inside the video, it's going to give you guys the best chance of completing it. And the build we were using was the portable port, the super loud whistle, snow globe, pepper spray, vampire teeth, explodomatic trigger, unstable lightning, and then we had the echo ring, explosive ring, and time ring. So let's dive into this dojo and see how I beat this one. So inside the dojo, you want to run to the middle and pop your super loud whistle followed by your snow globe and walk back diagonally in the path I'm taking towards the plum spirits and then behind the plum spirits. And you do this because your super loud whistle will have cooled down by then. And then once you get behind the plum spirits, you can pop your super loud whistle as soon as it's come on cooldown. And then again, just spam your gadgets. And you want to time your pepper spray with your portal's pepper spray. Otherwise, the knights charge at you and you take too much damage. And then just rotate in a circle in front of the plum spirits like you can see in the replay. And when you pop your snow globe, make sure all the knights are inside that radius so you're getting maximum damage on them knights. And then again, just rotate in front of the plum spirits. Rinse and repeat with your gadgets, your super loud whistle, so the knights are going to focus on you. And you use this method so your plum spirits don't have to walk, wasting time in walking to the group of monsters. And if you keep them in front of the plum spirits, it just saves time. And we come in and do it in 57.9 seconds inside of that dojo run using that method. So let's move on to the next dojo. And next up is target priority, and this one is RNG based as well. Another hard dojo. And the build we were using was the portal, rocket, snow globe, pepper spray, snacks, vampire teeth, lightning, time ring, explosive ring, and the guard ring, because you need that dodge chance to proc inside of this dojo. But nonetheless, we'll dive into the dojo and see how I took down this one. So inside the dojo, you want to run to the first group of enemies and pop all your gadgets, rotate behind them and move back towards the wall. And then hopefully you can dash back and then time your pepper spray with your portal pepper spray, because you want to keep them knights at arm's length. You don't want to let them run towards you and start hitting you because they do damage. And then just keep walking back on that outside wall and hope that that dodge ring procs and you get some dodges, because that is like one of the only ways to do this dojo. It's down to chance. And then when your snow globe comes on cooldown, you want to be a bit brave with that and get as many monsters inside of the radius of that snow globe as you can. And again, when you're going to use your rockets, try and hit as many enemies as you can with the rockets. Keep moving back and see how my pepper spray has slowed down the enemies so I can get a bit of distance between us. That is a key aspect to this one inside of this dojo. Then again, pepper spray coming in, managed to hit a couple of spitters. Rockets there, they were grouped together, fired my rockets, so I got nice value off my rockets. Then we were down to a couple of monsters left. And when there's one spitter left, like you can see, just move up to him and he can't hit you. And at the time, I come in and I got that dojo done right on time in 1 minute, bang on perfectly when I was trying to do that. But it's a super hard one, this, because you need the dodge ring to proc to get it done. But unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes in Moco, my friends. Let's move on to the next dojo. And we're going to end on an easy one, which is one-on-one nightmare. And it's weird that it's the easiest one because it's the last one. But the build we were using was the Buzzkill Vitamins, Life Jacket and Sheldon, Vampire Teeth, Chickens, and the Laser. And then all pet rings. And like I say, this one's not too difficult. It's just hack and slash. Move out of the way of the monster when he's rotating. So let's dive into the dojo and see how I beat it. So we're inside the dojo. Spawn your Sheldon, pop your life jackets, pop your vitamins, and then hack and slash. Like you just see in the replay, it's sort of that easy. It's not too difficult, this one. And like I say, the more chickens you spawn, the more damage you're going to do. The faster time you're going to do this in, essentially. And it's just try to avoid his attacks, like you can see on the replay there. I'm behind him. He was targeting my Sheldon. We've got the life jackets up on our animals. And when he goes into this rotation state, I just basically moved out of the way. That's the bit that does all the damage. But when your pets are spawned, you sort of targets them first. And then when your Sheldon's back on cooldown, spawn him in, pop your life jackets, and rinse and repeat. And it's that easy because the Buzzkill that does that much damage that it makes this dojo quite easy. That's just, he's a slow attacker monster. And when he goes in that rotation state, you can just get out of the way really easy with all your pets on the battlefield there. So again, just rinse and repeat. Gadgets, hack and slash, and I'm 76 inside of this dojo, and we come in and do it in 57 seconds. So nice to end on an easy one. So there's Every Nightmare Dojo completed in sub 1 minute. That's the way I done them. That was just a full guide for you guys out there if you're looking for help. If you did find this video helpful, consider dropping me a like. If you want to see more Moco content, feel free to subscribe. We'll catch you hunters in the next video.